안녕하세요. Lim Pei Si, Singapore. 남자입니다. 네, 안녕하세요, 여러분들. Beautiful mosque park here in Istanbul. Beautiful autumn here. Boom. So one of my favorite neighborhood places to be in here in Istanbul. Very near my place. It's a beautiful mosque with an open park. And yeah, I just want to talk about one enemy to your purpose of life. Now, but first you need to understand what is the purpose of life, right? So please check out this video right here where I talk about the scientific and indisputable purpose of life. Okay, for everybody, just check out this video before you go on. Okay, so welcome back. Now that you know the purpose of life, so what is that one enemy that actually stops you from experiencing as varied amount of life as possible so that you can collect as much data in the way of experience as possible? The only thing is fear. Fear of change, specifically. You know, I have been living overseas for 19 years and I've not stayed in just one country for all 19 years, you know. I stayed 5 years in Shanghai, 5 years in Beijing, about 5 years in Korea, 2 years New York, 1 year Japan, 1 year here Turkey. I keep moving, I keep changing, and within those period of time, I've experienced so many different things. I've experienced life as a businessman. I've done some business in China. As businessman, as a college student in Korea. I have been a samurai in Japan. A professional MMA fighter here in Turkey, and various other things. If you have been following me on my Instagram over the past 5 years, I only started Instagram for about 5 years along with my YouTube channel. You see that even within just 5 years, I've experienced and like allowed myself to just try so many different things. Now imagine I've been doing this kind of thing for about 19 years so far. Yeah. So what allows me to live fully my purpose of life, to experience life to the max, is because I'm simply not afraid to change. I'm simply not afraid to say bye-bye to everything that I've ever done and accumulated, including my own identity, throw it away and then start something completely new. In fact, I have been a profession, like I was fighting to be a professional Vanguard card player, not even poker, no, children card play, children card. I want to be a world champion. In order to do that, you have to throw away all your identities in the first place. If you identify yourself as a businessman, would you allow yourself to throw it all away and do something else completely different? That fear of change is gonna stop you. Now you may say, you know, practically, how do you just throw away everything? No, how do I just say change and do what you do? Of course, I know practically it's very hard to, especially if you have a very stable career and your livelihood depends on the one thing, and you have a family and everything, you basically have a lot of bondages. Then your fear of change becomes as much as the bondages that you have in life. Yes, those things you think were the good things, like a family, a new car, everything you think was the good things in life, ends up being the very source of your bondages. It ends up being the things that stop you from experiencing all kinds of different life. Because why? Because the more bondages you have, the more your fear of change would be. Okay, so it's not an easy thing to so-called get rid of. You can never, because for practical reasons, change is not practical for a lot of people, and therefore our experience of life is always going to be very limited. But well, I guess I'm not trying to propose a solution or teach you guys what to do and live your life. And as I said in this other video, that even if you just live a normal everyday life, you are fulfilling a purpose of life, of experiencing life as that. Okay, eventually the thing is, everybody is fulfilling a purpose of life, of being born into this world and experiencing life on this world. That's all. Okay, but it's just that the more varied experiences you collect, okay, the more you're fulfilling a purpose of life. Because in the end, we all have only one destination. We all die. And on your deathbed, which I have been on my deathbed before, I had a near-death experience in Korea in the spring of 2017. The thing is this, when you're about to leave this world, the thing you think about is, have I experienced enough? Have I tried enough? Have I tried everything? That's what eventually you're thinking about, beyond all the survival issues, And to be honest, survival is not nearly as complex as you think it is. Yeah. It's so much walls and barriers that we build for ourselves that it looks complicated. It looks like you would die out in the world without such a structure, but honestly you won't. But of course it takes a lot of courage to overcome the fear of change, right? So I guess I'm just trying to bring this issue to your awareness. I'm not trying to teach you anything. I'm not trying to teach you to break it, because it does serve a purpose and you are fulfilling a purpose of life. I guess I'm just bringing this issue to your awareness so that, who knows, it may allow you to make certain breakthroughs and therefore experience more of life. But I'm not saying everybody should do it. If you feel strongly and that you are in a position to make changes and all that is holding you back is fear, then here it is. Break that fear, go out there, right? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Annyeong.